On the 12th of August 2021, Zambians went to the polls to vote for their desired local and national leaders as part of their democratic and electoral rights. The outcome of the 2021 general elections were described as miraculous by some sections of society after United Party for National Development UPND candidate Hakainde Hichilema emerged victorious against the past immediate president Edgar Lungu. President Hichilema was later sworn in as Zambia's 7th Republican president at the National Heroes Stadium through a smooth transition of power from his predecessor. Since his swearing-in ceremony, the Republican president has repeatedly assured Zambians of a fixed economy under the now-called New Dawn administration.
To the jobless youth, a new dawn is here, where you will be skilled and you will find opportunity to work or do business in an economy that will be revived vigorously very soon ahead of us. Very soon ahead of us. To the mothers struggling with the high cost of food, the lower cost of living will soon be a reality to all your family members. To the entrepreneur seeking capital, an investor, and a better operating environment is just on the horizon.
President Hichilema has not rested since assuming the presidential seat, as he has continued touring all the provinces in the country for working purposes, interaction with the people, traditional leaders and some stakeholders in a bid to continue with the developmental agenda of Mother Zambia. For the first time since being sworn in as head of state, President Hichilema visited Chinsali district in Muchinga province, where he was received to a thunderous welcome and later met traditional leaders and selected party members in a closed-door meeting before visiting the Chambeshi Water and Sanitation Project. Here, the president assured citizens of Muchinga province of continuous supply of clean, safe drinking water and further guaranteed Chambeshi Water management of the New Dawn's administration support of the project.
Our people need clean water. Water is life. Clean water reduces disease, burden. It just helps our mothers not to walk long distances to water point. But you see in our devolution support budget, the mayor, I think, has heard me say that there will be more resources coming through to support, amongst other things, access to clean drinking water is critical in our government, in your government. Very important. So collaborate with the councils, which I know you already do, the mayor, offices, and obviously other stakeholders. It's a major issue for us to have clean water closer to us. We are looking at also energy, green energy, off-grid. I'm sure some of your sites in the towns, you won't have a plant like this, but you can have a solar-based small plant, or supply one. So, and we'll be encouraging that as well. Because you're on the grid here, because this is a big installation. But in certain places, there will be no power.
This water project, which is at 98% completion, will be able to supply water in Chinsali for 24 hours when fully operational.
All the treatment process, there is a monitoring facility. Once we treat the water, clean the water, there is a facility that gives us the parameters according to the World Health Organization. So we'll never supply water which is untreated.
Very good.
We have all the facilities that we need to monitor before we send water to our community.
Great.
And from here we need to achieve 1 milligrams per liter in terms of chlorine And then the customer is supposed to drink between 0.2 to 0.5. And that's the standard.
But the total employment is, not just here, the water reticulation system.
Yeah, the total number of employees that we have, there are 256.
Very good.
So those are the families that we are supporting.
Based in different locations.
Different locations. We have another 12 districts where we operate.
Great. Wonderful. Well done.
In concluding his working tour, President Hichilema headed to the Kapwepwe farms for a wreath-laying ceremony on the grave of the late gallant freedom fighter Samuel Mansa Kapwepwe, who died in January 1980 at the age of 57, and the president described the late freedom fighter as a gallant man who played a very important role in the liberation struggle of the country.
As we celebrate our 57th independence anniversary celebrations, we must remember the great contributions of the politicians, our leaders like Simon Mansa Kapwepwe, and indeed his peers, who, with unmatched dedication and commitment, pursued every opportunity and overcame every obstacle to secure our independence in 1964. These individuals relinquished their personal considerations and put the country first. We must learn to do the same. We, the generation of today, must learn to do the same as what these great men and women did. Otherwise, we wouldn't be celebrating independence today.
President Hichilema also reaffirmed his government's commitment to transform the social and economic landscape of the country.
We wish to translate the political independence that Shinkun and his colleagues set on us, delivered for us, translate that, use that platform to transform the economy of our country, to use the resources. Look at where we are today. I was saying to Chinufia when we were walking over here, what a beautiful place, what a rich place. But we shouldn't see it just that way. We should translate it into reality, into jobs, into business opportunities, for the young people to go to school, for the sick to go to hospital with decent hospitals, decent healthcare systems, for our own personal freedoms, so we can enterprise, so we can work the soil. I'm a lover of soil. I'm a lover of nature. These resources can be worked in a manner that will deliver value for our people. That is the chapter we wish to write. Year in, year out, Zambian people wait for the national budget. But little did they know that there was nothing for them in the budgets of so many years. So we've taken a decision, a deliberate one for that matter, that will move resources into the constituencies right here in Chisari and elsewhere, so that the people of Chisari, like elsewhere in the country, will decide the development priorities, where the water must be, where the clinic must be. And once they've made that decision, they will have the resources to implement the decisions they've made. First time since independence, this UPN is walking that road.
And one of the daughters of the late freedom fighter thanked the president for paying tribute to her father just a few days after Independence Day celebrations for 2021.
I welcome you, Your Excellency, and thank you most sincerely for taking time from your busy schedule to come and pay homage to this gallant freedom fighter, Simon Mansa Kapwepwe. Mr. President, there is an urgent need in this country for us to write true history of our freedom struggle. Each government has come up with their own history of the struggle. We want the proper documentation of our proper history, and we have people, the freedom fighters that were there, who are still here, who have not died, who can give us the true history. If it means going province by province and getting those people to give us proper documentation, we don't want user-friendly people to be awarded because they were supposed to be freedom fighters, because they are user-friendly to a certain government. We should not be changing our history with each succeeding government. We want the true history of our country to be recorded, to be documented. That is what we're asking from you, Mr. President. I have here a freedom fighter. Mr. Kapaka, could you just come forward? This is a true freedom fighter who was shot during the Cha-Cha-Cha uprising. They left him for dead. He had gun wounds in his chest. He was taken to Kasama, treated, and jailed for 6 years. That is Mr. Kapaka, who was jailed, who was shot, and 2 of his friends died on the spot because they were found destroying government property, which was bridges, schools, and that is where he was shot by the army. These are the genuine freedom fighters.
The event we are witnessing today here at the farm of the late gallant soldier, the late Mr. Simon Kapwepwe, is timely as we just commemorated our Independence Day 2 days ago. This is therefore a more appropriate occasion because the peace being experienced in this country has not come by accident, but has been a result of our collective efforts in carrying forward the principles advocated by the founders of this great nation, such as the late Simon Kapwepwe. Your Excellency, this peace and tranquility that we continue to enjoy is a key to attracting investment in many sectors of our economy.
A renowned freedom fighter from Chinsali, a senior citizen and a former mayor also applauded the president for honoring the late freedom fighter Simon Kapwepwe.
Era nokuchindika bajaba abachimpisha omusungu bale bachimpantu bamubalifu abalipikwa bambi balikakiriwe bambi bafwa n'amafumo nyomba bafiro kuposta kwa manu abalete Hakainde bafiro kuposta kwa ubuteko bwafumine ku bantu kabiri abatambirira tebachula abachula nifo kwa bachatambira.
He has shown that there is someone who fought for these things, who fought for independence, who did just to be liberated as a Zambia. So he knew very well. What he has done is a new thing.
We also want to thank you for the bold step you took to come and lay a wreath on the graveyard of our icon, freedom fighter, Simon Kapwepwe. That in itself shows that Ali Mwangankumbula visited his friend, Simon Kapwepwe. That was symbolic, and we want to commend you for that. That in itself is a uniting factor. You are indicating that you are not only for Southern, but you are also for the whole country, Zambia. So we want also to commend you for that.
The 7th Republican president's visit to Muchinga province since his election will remain vital to the history of Chinsali as a district which is well known to be the homeland of the great freedom fighters, including the first Republican president, the late Dr. Kenneth Kaunda.
Abibiana vya kushindoka vere vere vya torera sopo